What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today, and today we are going to be looking at Assassin's Creed Valhalla again, but now we're going to be doing it on this 1440p monitor. It's 165Hz IPS, G-Sync compatible, so we're not going to get any VRR, but we're not going to be needing any of that anyway, because we're letting the frames do whatever they want, because we want to see how many FPS it gets. Anyway, though, as you can see, I'm all set up, because this is where it basically always sits now, so it's the easiest way to do it. It's another reason. You go 1080p to 1440p, and you don't even have to move the laptop. Just have to plug in a cord. Well, two cords. But anyway, I'm rambling. Let's go and take a look at those settings, shall we? So let's have a very quick look at our 1440p screen settings here. Again, I'm just going to show this one time, like I usually do with these, because we're not going to change anything here. We're just going to change graphics settings, so why bother showing it over and over, right? So now, here we go with the low settings. We'll just have a very fast look at these. And there we go. Low benchmark's all finished now. System info's up here. Game settings right here. We average 131 FPS with a minimum of 86, a max of 186. Here's our lowest 10% lows, our frames rendered, our CPU and GPU milliseconds right there. And at the bottom here we got some VRAM and what your GPU is. Starting off with low graphics settings here, and man oh man does it look terrible. But really all this mode's for is if you have a really low-end computer, but you still want to play this game. Though, I guess, at that point you probably also wouldn't be playing at 1440p either. You'd probably drop it down to 1080p, but why don't we just look in this chest? Hey, we found clothing. Why not? I have now looted. Hey, and we even found a bridge. That's neat. Go over on this side, which seemed like it had more like buildings and people and whatnot. Alright, well, starting off our low gameplay, and it looks pretty absolutely terrible on low. But hey, if you want like 150 FPS pretty much everywhere you go, well, I should say 130 to 150. It has dropped down to 130s before. But regardless, let's just get a little bit of some gameplay in here, and then we'll switch up the graphics. Wow. Yeah, just can't get over how terrible everything. Besides the water doesn't look completely awful, but all the terrain looks terrible. But let's go move up to medium and see how much of a difference that makes. Now we got medium graphics settings here. Let's go take a quick gander here. So the medium benchmark's all finished. We got our system info there and our game system. There's the game settings right there. We got 108 average with a min of 39 and a max of 178. Here's our 1% and 0% lows right there. Frames rendered right here. Here's our CPU and GPU MS right there. And finishing it all up, we got our VRAM And our GPU. Well, good. Medium, we at least have grass and whatnot, so that's good. It looks a lot more like a game now. Low is not doing so good. At least with the looks department. But I guess it shouldn't. It is low for a reason. Ooh, some kind of island out there. Hey, and there's some big village over here. Let's try to get across this river and go kind of close to that. That'll be good for testing frame rates, I bet. I think it's time for us to move on, though. Now let's get a little bit of some medium gameplay in here, shall we? Hey, at least now we've got grass. That's cool. I like grass. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember low on the laptop looking as bad as it did on low on here, but I must have just not been paying attention, or maybe the game glitched out a little bit. I don't know. Like I was saying before, sometimes this game does not like Afterburner. I have had it crash on me a couple of times. And then I turned off Afterburner, stopped crashing. Then again, I also upgraded the to a newish driver, so maybe this driver doesn't like this game. I don't know. But it's not like it's happening frequently, so I don't really care. Man, there's a lot of stuff to mine around here. Look at all that. Now, I could mine, but that doesn't make for a good video for FPS, so let's just keep running around, shall we? That almost looks like the place where it benchmarks. But a lot of the cities look similar. But I'm going to go up here a little bit farther, save, and then why don't we move on to the next graphics setting. So now let's have a fast look here at some high graphics settings. Alright, I think that's good enough. Benchmark's all finished now. There's our system info. Down here we got our game settings. And it looks like this time we averaged 92, minimum 43, and a max of 188. Here's our 1% and 0.1% lows and our frame rendered. And then we got our CPU MS and GPU MS. And our VRAM and GPU. So here we go with some high gameplay now. And I'd say this is one of those games where it just looks great on high, and if you can manage to put anything, get it on higher settings than this, everything beyond this is just butter, but not really necessary to enjoy the game. That's just my opinion, especially at 1440p. It looks pretty damn good right now, and the fact that we're almost getting 100 FPS is still pretty cool too. Wish it would stop raining constantly all the time, though. There's just no sun or nice days here. It's just rain, rain, rain. Hey, a bridge. Let's go over towards that. And over the bridge we go. And we'll also move on. Now for a little bit of some high gameplay here with the camera. Jump on up there with our wolf. One of the coolest mounts ever. Can he get up here? Oh yeah, we're off-roading on a wolf. Off-wolfing. I ain't got time for you guys right now. I'm just passing through. Because again, I don't even know how to fight with a keyboard and mouse. I'd probably just die. Though this game at least loads really, really fast. Like 10-15 seconds tops from hitting continue on the home screen to getting into the game. At least on this laptop. And that's pretty impressive, seeing as this is a completely open world game. Alright, well, right outside here. Ooh, can I get more stuff? Oh yeah, raspberries. Not like raspberries in real life, so that's badass. I almost wish that they were real. Anyway though, now why don't we just move on to the next graphics setting. So, going on to the very high graphics quality preset. Let's see what all those settings are. Alright, very high benchmark is all done. There's our system info and our game settings. We got 87 for average, minimum of 38, 139 max. Here's our 1% lows and our 0.1% lows. There's our frames rendered. Here's our CPU MS and our GPU MS and our GPU and VRAM. Well, let's do a little bit of some very high gameplay now. Alright. Which way shall we go? Then my wolf rests a little. I'm trying to decide what way I want to run. I guess let's just go straight, keep going straight ahead, huh? Well, alright. Let us move on. So now we're going to do a little bit of some very high camera recorded gameplay. Just kind of running around, taking in the scenery. There's some island off there. It's kind of rainy and dreary. But yet it's sunny over there. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. Noticing the waves doing some kind of goofy shit out there. Not a big deal though. It's not like it's artifact or anything. Some things in games just are a little weird sometimes. Well, why don't we just move along? So, here's ultra high settings now. Let's look at them all. And there we go. So, benchmarks all finished. Here's our system information right there. And our game settings right here. We got 79 for average, 34 minimum, and 168 max. There's our 1% and 0.1% lows right there. Our frames rendered. Our CPU and GPU milliseconds. And there's our VRAM and our GPU. So, here we are with everything on ultra high, as they like to call it. So why don't we head closer back to that village back here? That seemed to be a good test of frame rate. Whoa! Oh well, whatever. We kind of hopped down the side of the mountain, so we did not kill our wolf horse mount thing. So that's always good. We don't want to do that. And we're still getting well over 60 even while we're recording, so that's good. It is a bit older of a game, but a lot of people like Assassin's Creed. I like Assassin's Creed games. But I like all sorts of games. Keep on hopping over these little stone walls here. Alright though, let's move on. And here we are on Ultra camera. So let's get us a little bit of some footage with this. I'm actually surprised we're still getting such good FPS. I figured at least maxing it out would be like getting down into under the 60s quite often, but no. Even when we were over by that city, we only dropped into the high 70s, so I'm actually looking forward to testing out ultra wide and 4K on this game. I doubt it can do either one of them completely maxed out and still get over 60, but hey, might be able to do both of them at least on high, very high. And of course, if you just turn aliasing down on the higher resolutions, you'd get more FPS too, but we're just going by the presets. Little stream. Alright, let's run. Run, wolf, run! Whoa. I must be close to the edge of the map. Or is that one of those weird things? Nope, it goes all the way down there. Yeah, it won't let me go any farther that way. Or I guess as they would say, we're too close to the edge of the memory. Ha! But, alright. Why don't we just wrap this video on up now, shall we? Well, alright guys, that's it for 1440p and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And it did great. Didn't really have too many stutters, had a little tiny stutter every now and again, but for the most part it was very smooth. Now it's time for me to go and edit these videos, and then tomorrow I will go and do ultra wide and 4K. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and until the next one, peace out guys.